Hello there everyone, a very warm welcome to you. Welcome back once again to another homebrew review gameplay type thing. My name is Nick and this game is called Ruptus, published by Inufuto in 2021. It's for the Spectrum 128K. It's a shooter based on the arcade game BOSCONIAN, which is from NAMCO in 1981, where you control a ship going around sort of like an area and you have to destroy enemy bases. They will launch ships to try and destroy you. As soon as all the bases are destroyed, it's on to the next level. Now I always like seeing what Inufuto has been up to. Reviewed a few games from him, so here we go. There's a scanner on the right that tells me where I am. The small dot is me. The large squares are the space station and we need to blow them up. There we go. So it's quite jolly music, which is quite apparent in a lot of Inufuto's games. It seems to more suit the platform games, this sort of music, but it's a little bit jolly for a shooter. Another shooter he did was Aerial, which was pretty cool as well. Now I've already reviewed recently, at the time of recording, another homebrew based off BOSCONIAN, which is called Almost BOSCONIAN, from Gabriel and Moore in 2014. By his own admission, he said it wasn't very good. I didn't mind it, but it didn't seem quite finished. This one seems to be playing a little bit better at the moment, so. Now the difference I can see straight away is, I've done level 1, well done me. The difference I can see straight away is, in BOSCONIAN you have to destroy nodes on the space station. Here you just have to hit it in general and you're there. Scrolling could be a little bit better with those stars in the background, but that's not too bad. It isn't taking away the game. There's magenta ships coming at me, so here we go. Now the original BOSCONIAN was converted back in the day in a game called BOSCONIAN 87 from Mastertronic in 1987, funnily enough, and you might want, extra life, you might want to have a look at that review we did quite some time ago. Right, now these reviews aren't about expert gameplay, but seeing how you would have got on your first or second go would have been enough there if you want to go and play it again, and it's easing me in quite nicely. 2 space stations left on this one. They're not firing a great deal of stuff at me. The magenta ships seem to be quite easy to avoid at the moment. Right, go, 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 go. I wonder how far I'm going to get. Now, like all Inufuto's games, when you lose all your lives, you can press spacebar to start from level 1 again, or quite handily, you can press enter to continue from where you left off. And that's what I'll be doing. This is quite good fun, this one. I think I still prefer BOSCONIAN 87 because of the nostalgia, but this is pretty well done. It's got a general feel of all Inufuto's games. If you like the others, you quite like those. Oh, it's covered by a force field, that thing. Yeah, quite a few there we've looked at. Still got a few to do, but he's quite prolific, so well done to him. Now, if you're liking his zxspectrum reviews, it's always a struggle to keep going, so thank you for your support. But if you could subscribe, if you haven't already, that would be super handy. And a massive thank you for those people that subscribed already as we journey through space, blasting stuff like a goddamn nincompoop. If you're going through space like a goddamn nincompoop, then comment below as well, you fellow blaster person. Hooray! Right. Right, well, we've got 3 more bases here. I don't know why we're fighting these enemy bases, and I've hit the big one. I've taken a kaboom. Not sure those explosions are the same in an area. I'll have to have a look. But quite often, Inufuto used graphics from other games, in particular a magenta ghost fellow, which seems to turn out quite a lot. I'll be surprised if the magenta ghost fellows turn up in this particular game. We've reviewed quite a lot of zxspectrum games. If you're new to the channel, well, if you're not new to the channel, you want to know where they are, they're all in a playlist. To get there, click on my username, takes you to the channel page, and that, click on the playlist tab, and Spectrum will be there, along with a load of other systems. What does this ship remind me of? I'm not quite sure. It reminds me, I think, one of the ships, maybe the Sith infiltrator in Star Wars, the one that Darth Maul drove. It's got a bit TIE Fighter-ish, isn't it? That sort of area. Now with the scanner, if you go up the top, it will take you back to the bottom again, and equally if you go off the left or right, it will put you back on the other side like a Pac-Man whoop gate. Hooray! Right. Now this is okay, this one. It's quite gentle. I think we have to do quite a few stages before it goes crazily mad. We're firing white. I would like to fire maybe a magenta or red, a different colour, but that's acceptable. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Explosions, they're sort of okay, but a pixel effect would have been quite nice. And look at the amount of space stations here. So, you know, if you're looking for a modern day take on BOSCONIAN, I think this is a pretty good one to go for. I picked it up for free, you know, on a site called Spectrum Computing. So if you've got emulation, you might want to do that, and I've lost that one up. By destroying the magenta ships, quite often one of them will have an extra life there. This is my last life. But jolly music, isn't it? I wouldn't mind something a bit more, a bit more less jolly to declare that we're in a war, fighting for our lives in deep space, trying to blow up enemy space stations. Yeah, have a go at this. I'm not quite sure how many stages it's got, but yeah. Instead of nose, as I say, you're just hitting the space station in general. 4 shots seem to blow up the thing. Occasionally they got force fields in the way. Force fields are quite useful, unless they're hit by one solitary shot and blow up in the shield generator. I suppose that might protect them against meteorites in deep space. It's always these magenta ships, it seems. Right, so I've got 2 space stations left to destroy down the bottom here. Many aliens dead. I think we're the enemy in this one. And why not have nice jolly music? Game over right now. I think if I press enter, I can continue where I left off. Ruptus, there we go, back to stage 4. If I press spacebar, we'll be right back to the beginning again. No passwords on this, so you can't reload it later on and jump to where you were, but I suppose you could do save states in emulation. But here we go, it's a great homebrew scene, 120k. I'm not sure if Inufuto sees these reviews or not, I very much doubt it. But if he was to comment, then I would, pin it to the top there. But it's good seeing his work, and I reckon quite a lot's going to come out. It's got a style there, the title pages have the same font on them. Would have been a big hit back in the day if he'd been making these sort of games. I don't know what the copyright issues were on BOSCONIAN, but this is quite clearly, this is BOSCONIAN. But it's Ruptus as well, which probably means something I should have looked up before. What does Ruptus mean? Maybe some big fight in deep space. Right, I'm making a bit of a mill of this now. 3 stations left to destroy. Score 2550. High score 10950. Hawaii 50. Do. I wouldn't mind seeing a Star Wars skin, but what would the space stations be? The Death Star would be too big. It'd have to be Star Destroyers, I suppose. They'd be Star Destroyers sitting in space, and TIE fighters be chasing me. And this ship I'm controlling now, instead of being this TIE infiltrator type looking thing, it'll be an X-Wing. That'd be pretty cool. But then, of course, then you're looking at copyright straight away, because I'm sure Disney, having paid £1 billion the Star Wars franchise, or whatever it was, I'm sure they wouldn't take kindly to people just doing new Star Wars rip-offs. I mean, there's quite a lot of retro zxspectrum games that are obviously influenced by Star Trek and Star Wars. You see the TIE fighter turn up in quite a lot of shooters, I must say. But, you know, they're back in the day where things were a little bit different back then. Like, at what stage am I going to get up to? I've got a funny feeling I've been playing this game quite a while without realising. We aim the reviews to be about 10 minutes long, but if I'm enjoying myself, then I might forget about the time and go way too long. But anyway, there's a lot of force fields going on here. We're stress busting, folks. You might be suffering from a bit of stress yourself and anxiety. I feel it every now and again, especially now. But this is a departure. This is a departure from everyday reality. So as long as you're on this channel watching videos, everything is super cool. Super cool. It's a different reality. Here we are in pure nincompoopery, and we are big-nosed nincompoops blasting through the galaxy. Yeah, long may that continue. Extra life, please. Boob-a-da-boob. Biff-a-da-biff. If you're still there, then well done you. We've probably seen all the game has to offer. It's just seen what configuration now and how evil later stages become. If we ever get caught by this enemy, we'll probably try Bruno as a war criminal. The amount of space stations we're destroying. Stage 5, Clive. Sir Clive Sinclair. Without him, this would not be here. Yeah, a few 8-bit systems. We covered Commodore 64, Atari 2600 as well. I haven't crossed over to Amstrad CPC yet, or BBC Micro. I mean, if we run out of games to cover, which is unlikely, we might do those as well. And the Sega Master System, let's include that. We do Mega Drive too. Is there a BOSCONIAN game on the Sega systems like Mega Drive? If you know, then comment in the comment section below. Is there a BOSCONIAN sort of game for the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis? Same system, isn't it, with different branding because of copyright issues at the time. Right, come on, let's just see as far as I can get here. A choice of colour of ships, that would be nice. Just extra bits of flourish, like a red ship, not a black ship. That's would be very tricky against the space background, which is also black. Someone once told me that space isn't black at all, and I said, "What? Of course it is. Look, it's up there." He said it's a very dark brown. What's going on here? Then he said, outer space smells of bacon. I don't know where he's getting his information from. How can space smell of bacon? Unless there's pigs up there. Pigs in space! I suppose it could happen. If you've heard of any of these rumours and you can add extra details to that, then let me know. Again, in the craziness, which is the comment section. If you're in the comment section, you're immortal in there. You'll always be in there. Unless YouTube goes funny. But, you know, Right, now this looks a fairly easy configuration. I just go up and down blasting these ships. As long as none of those magenta boys get in my way, I'll be fine. Right. Yeah, the space station's a bit flimsy, isn't they? 4 shots and they get kaboomed from a lone fighter. They must have to replace quite a lot of these on a constant basis. I think this is easier than Bosconian 87, you know. So we've got Bosconian 87, almost Bosconian, and then now this one. I'm sure there's some other ones, but I haven't come across them. Right, biffity buff. This is good. Oh, you've been playing this a long time, actually. It's a very, although I've died a few times and continued. This is a very gentle learning curve. From a stress busting point of view, it's not overly complicated either. So you can get home from work or college or school or space, and you can just drift into this quite nicely. It looks like I'm getting more and more space station each time, and more force fields each time. I suspect the later stages you'll be flooded with here we go, flooded with magenta ships all over the place. Yeah, that's the one complaint, although it fits with the game okay, it's not really a complaint, is it could be a bit smoother in animation. You can tell it's drawing it, but it's okay. It fits with the ZxSpectrum okay, and probably adds to the bit of the charm. If it was too smooth, I might be complaining about that instead. So yeah, scrap what I just said, this is okay, it's acceptable. Biffity biff. Oh man. Head on, yes, there we go. Head on blasting. The ships don't regenerate, which is pretty good. So if you lose a life, you don't have to shoot them all over again. If you started right from the end of the stage each time, that would be a bit painful, but no, you just continue where you left off. And that's like a motif of all Inufuto's games, really, which makes them so addictive to play. Highly recommend it. So if you say the word published by Inufuto anywhere, you can know you'll be okay. As I say, time recording, got a few games left to record by him. We won't do them all in a row, you know, but we will eventually come to them. But we're on stage 8 already. Nifty. Lifty, which wasn't by him. I'm surprised they haven't got better defences, these enemy space stations. They've just got these rather clumsy force fields, which are quite easy to take down. But that's the aliens' fault, as we try and avoid that yellow thing coming at us, which is quite easy. So the computers have to do a lot here. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to make a Bosconian type game. I mean, you've got the animation of the ships and also the screen scrolling the whole time. As I do kamikaze there. The screen is scrolling the whole time. It's also got these stars moving in the background as well to create the illusion of a movement. So it's an advanced game from a programming point of view in 8-bit world. Right, okay. As I do look at the review of Almost Bosconian there, but Gabriel Moore himself wasn't impressed with it. I think he's been a bit hard on himself. It is lacking in quite a few areas. But it was a big challenge, and it was in 2014. He said, well, he was just, I don't think he was supposed to be released that one. It was just when he was getting used to programming, and he has done greater things since that point. But you've got to start somewhere. I don't know how it got released, but he said it wasn't supposed to be released, I think. So 2014. This one's a bit later though, 7 years later. Compilers have got a bit better and stuff like that. So 2021. You might not have played this, you might have played it, it might be in your collection, but I recommend tracking it down. You've got a spare few moments there and you're just uptight or stressed and just want to chill for a little bit, you can just fly through space blasting stuff. And what's not better than that? Especially the early stages, not great to the chance of you getting kaboomed and splattered, so you can be master of your own universe. Not like He-Man, you don't have to wear those furry pants or anything, or get massive muscles. Right, now what we got? So we've got 4, but more force fields there. Take those out. Not to dinner. Right, if I had merchandise, that would be one of the out on a mug. Take that alien out, then on the back, not to dinner, or underneath. Right, kaboom, right, 2 layers left. I've been playing this way too long, but you know, hopefully I've shown you the essence of the game in quite a few stages. 10 stages there. They're going to go on and on. There's no editor here, but you don't need it, because, you know, there's enough here already. Power-ups. That would be Ruptus 2, I suppose. I'm just trying to think. Other enemies coming at you. Smoother scrolling for Ruptus 2. Yeah, different space stations. But yeah, that is potentially for a sequel. But I'm asking too much now. So destroy enemy bases. See where you are on the radar. Don't get shot yourself. Avoid the magenta boys. Destroy all the space stations. And get as high a score as you possibly can. And I'm already on a high score here. Dooby. This will be my last go. Oh, I've got an extra life and I've crashed into a force field, so I'm getting a little bit tired now. Maybe the music is hypnotising me to falling asleep. Right, let's fly around like a nincompoop. A nincompoop in space. Right, this is like easy fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there we go. Oh, I died. But I've destroyed all the space stations. Do I lose a life for that or not? Surely not. There's nothing left to destroy. Oh, there we go. Good. It's triggered. Off we go again. Stage 11. I don't think we'll go too much further than this. I wasn't expecting to last this long on each of these lives. Force field crazy. Oh, that was a close one. Oh, I've been a bit cavalier now to try and... Oh, that's it, is it? Yes. I think that's it. Well, you know, game over. What an amazing... I could continue if I wanted to. I could be playing this for hours. What a great game. What a great reflection of Bosconian. Highly recommended there. Maybe a little too easy for the die-hard super gamers, but for me it was okay. So I loved it. So I hope you liked having a look at that game. That was Ruptus, published by Inufuto in 2021. Influenced from NAMCO's Bosconian from the arcade in 1981. What a span of difference there is there in years. So yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Got any comments about this one, anything Homebrew or zxspectrum, then put that in the comment section below. Always appreciated. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
And a massive thank you for those people that subscribed already as we journey through space, blasting stuff like a goddamn nincompoop. If you're going through space like a goddamn nincompoop, then comment below as well, you fellow blaster person. Hooray!